Shouldn't did it.
Hi, my name is Rashaleria Williams. I'm honored to be presenting a speech to you all today. Hopefully it will be informative and shed light on situations that happens in our world today. Some of you may have experienced living without a parent or may know someone that has experienced it. For those of you who's experienced it firsthand, do you remember it may have made you feel as a child? Did you feel abandoned? Did this abandonment cause trauma, misfortune, or setbacks in your life? Today, 1 in 4 children under the age of 18, a total of about 17.2 million children are being raised without a father. I myself grew up in a fatherless home, and I must say, depression is real. I remember growing up only with the imagination of a father being present in my home. With only the imagination that fathers could possibly be mine. Today, I will explain to you the trauma that most kids experience when living in a single family household. First, we will explore the effects single parents have on children. Second, we will explore the hidden emotions and mental state of mind that most kids who are raised in a single family household have. Lastly, we will discuss the effects of single parent homes on adulthood. Let's explore the effects single parents have on children first. Single parents suffer emotionally from lack of support and stress, which have a huge effect on children growing up in the parent's household. Parents who are stressed usually have poor parenting habits. Stressed mothers are often withdrawn, disengaged, and unhappy. Most parents suffering from depression aren't available to their kids enough. They aren't taking them to the movies or the park. They aren't reading their kids bedtime stories or giving them goodnight kisses. They aren't giving their kids the attention that most kids require in order to grow into healthy, whole adults. Single parents are often depressed about lack of accomplishments, lack of support, having to do things alone, and much, much more. That doesn't mean that they don't have love, that they don't love their kids, but it's because they are in a sunken place and aren't able to see the light from the darkness. Now that we have analyzed the effects single mothers have on their kids, let's explore the trauma that single parent household may have on their child. Kids growing up in a single parent home suffer from multiple mental issues that they aren't able to overcome because of their lack of confidence to acknowledge that they have a problem in the first place. I've met kids who only have one parent raise them, while the other parent isn't in the picture or who barely come around, tell them about the emotional trauma that they face. Kids who suffer from emotional trauma often suffer inside and no one cares enough to try to fix it. Kids often suffer from abandonment where they feel unwanted and alone. They also have a lack of confidence, so they are often insecure about themselves. They don't feel pretty enough, good enough, or smart enough. Being themselves is hard for them to do because they are often seeking validation and hoping not to make a mistake. Those abandoned, unconfident kids often end up making terrible choices and or are underachievers in school. Now that we have covered the effects single parents have on children and the emotional trauma caused by single parent households, it's time to explore the effects a single parent home can have on one's adulthood. Most adults still suffer from childhood trauma. I've met adults who cannot have healthy relationships because they have never had healthy relationships with their parents. Oftentimes, those particular adults have anger issues that they blame on everything else, but are not acknowledging the fact that it may be due to childhood neglect. One reason that they aren't able to have healthy relationships is because their inability to connect with others. They also often feel as if the person that they have a relationship with, whether friend or spouse, will eventually leave them. They're also always feeling as if someone is out to get them, which usually isn't the case. Some adults haven't really dug deep down to figure out why they are the way they are. Most of the time, any negative habits, thoughts, or emotions transpire from childhood situations. I hope I was able to inform you of the effect single parent homes has on kids and open your eyes to understand someone who's went through the situation. As you can see, living in a single parent household is a tough situation for the parent, the child, and the adult raising up in a single parent household. I hope to ensure adults to stick together and shoot towards healthy relationships for the sake of their children. I hope to inspire the insecure little girl who feels alone in this world to gain confidence in herself. I hope to inspire someone to heal from their childhood trauma, to dig deep into who they are as a person and let their personality live. To not let the affected by false perception of oneself become because of childhood neglect, no matter the age, color, or size. You should know that someone somewhere loves you for who you are.